What's up, traders? Just wanted to go over today's one and done play. Kind of have some information here. Kind of try to keep it light. I like to keep everything very simple. So, only three things that I really look for when it comes to the morning or it comes to 6:30, 9:30 open, which is 9:30 Eastern or 6:30 Pacific. So we're looking for a higher time frame, being the 15 and up order block, so that we can bounce from, or a liquidity area, right? And then we're looking for mid time frame market models and then lower time frame buy and sell models, right? And then to really break that down, we can look at it like this. So we can do a 15-minute higher time frame, 15-minute OBSNDs, supply or demand, 1 to 3 and 5-minute order block retest or rally-based rally, so that we can ride 15-minute OB to OB, right? So if 1, 3, and 5 do not correlate, we're not going to really get that nice trend. And we'd rather get the trend because if we're looking at the 15, if morning is all bullish, right, from right here, all we need to do is look at the current order block in the way, which would be this guy right here. So once we're over this order block, we have range until this order block right here, right? And then right above that, where did the party start? Well, this is the last high we have here. So this is going to be the main liquidity target with this guy in the way first, right? This is a lot of range. So let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and kind of hide this information. So now we're looking for the higher time frame areas, right? Where is that going to be? So first, we have our order blocks currently right now. Now we're looking for any kind of liquidity or buying areas. So we have a previous high over here, which we can target, and that will have a buying section. So what we can do is just grab the top of the wick to all the bodies here. Bring that over. So when we come back here, we can look for a buying opportunity. But it's a good area if they wanted to drop it and pop it. So, and then we want to zoom in a little bit here. We can see we have another um, wick right here on this big block here, right? So if we go straight to the body and grab the wick of that candle, this one right here, we can actually grab a rally base rally, right? So on a lower time frame, it went bullish to bearish to bullish, right? So let's look at the lower time frame really quick just to look for that kind of scenario. Okay, so here is the secondary box, right? So this is why we went rally to base rally. Within this base, an order block was created, which is going to be an institutional block or order block. Let's go back to the 15. So that's why we grab this area. So we have two areas, right? Because underneath this 15, there's a lot of room. Basically, if we were to get underneath 514 and break and a little bit of retest, we would target back down to the 500 area here, or even lower to the 491 bodies, right? Okay, so next we want to look for mid time frame market models. Well, where are we on this 15? So again, this is the first box. I'm going to box it up just for this time. I'll make it light so it doesn't disturb whatever candle the order block it's disturbing. So here is our highest, our previous high. This is the starter order block where the volume came from for sellers, right? This is the last time we sold off from this rally. So we're going to go ahead and grab our smart money reversal and put that there. Next, we can see we drop and base here because we have a block wick here. So that makes this distribution, right? I'll just put it there. See if I can put it in front. Okay. Now, next we drop here with a lot of volume and create redistribution. Okay. So what happens is once we hear redistribution, we still should really start to look for kind of a bullish sentiment, sorry, so that we can catch the reversing points, right? Because the 15, if it doesn't correlate on the 15, it won't reverse back up. But we'll look at the lower time frames. So we have two areas that we can bounce from that can pull buyer liquidity, which is here and or here. It is currently 6:15 at this current replay. What we're looking for right now is SMR on a higher time frame demand or liquidity wick. Okay, so let's go down to our lower time frames. So if we're on our lower time frames and we're looking for the whole structure on the lower time, like 15, like the 5 and 3 and 1, so we can ride the 15 target to target, right? Let's just put this in here for now. Okay, so before market opened at 625, we can see that the 5 minute had a inside candle right here on top of a bullish breaker, right? So with this bullish breaker, if we hold rally-based rally, that just means market's going to extremely be bullish out the gate and take us into one of our targets being right here and right here before we get fully up onto our highs. So now this is when we start to go on to our lower time frames and find buy models and structures, right? So now let's go to a 3 minute. So it's the same structures. We can look for either inverted head and shoulders, right? Or we can look for a rally base rally, which is like this, right? So I want you to kind of analyze this picture first. We can see it's a single candle, and sometimes it's more than one candle, right? The idea is that we're going to hold they're inside of a previous rally candle and building buyers off of a previous basing, which was this bullish breaker, right? This was one supply, and now it's going to become demand from top. So what we're looking for is that price goes up, sells off inside the base, and then we look for buyer liquidity, right? We look for where buyers can come in down here so we can enter before the market gets juicy. So let's go down to a 1 minute. So here we get a little bit more of a picture. So we're still in the rally base rally, right? Look at this picture down here now. We can see we went up, sold off, went bullish, sold off, bullish, sold off until we touched this bullish breaker here on the minute. At that point, once we touched it finally, we pulled buyers and printed an inverted, um, oh, I am confused. Inverted hammer, sorry. Totally went blank there. So once we see this printing, and this is 1 minute before market open, this is when market gets a little crazy, but we already have a 1 minute, 3 minute, and 5 minute confirming a rally-based rally sentiment, right? So that's every time frame, all saying the same thing so that we can take the 10 and 15 to high targets. Now, if we're looking for positions for longs, right? So if we're looking for a target high and our entry is around this key trigger here, once we see the print, we can start getting in, or you can just take it as once we touch down here, confirmation and start holding. What I like to do is put it at the bodies here, my stop, and then run it down a little lower. So even if I left my stop here for a possible, sorry, a little lower, because it could be retest right here. The idea is that we want longs into the higher target because we have a 1, 3, and 5 confirming for the 15. We just need a breakout of this guy. But what I want you guys to notice first is one of the key factors here is right here. Okay. So this was a basing area, right? An order block that caused supply. And then usually on the retest, we want to make sure that they clear it out, sell off, and then rally base right underneath so we could take the break high into the next range, right? So if we don't tap it first and clear out sellers from this area, then we still have risk. No matter what, there's risk. But for the morning open, we have enough volume to clear out any little mess in the way. Luckily, we already cleared it out and we just needed a print above, right? You can see once we opened up above, we were good to go. Even if we waited, I'm sorry, we waited for the candle, right? Here. At the bottom of this, I keep doing it because it's so light inside. There we go. So this would be the idea, right? Breaking this would just start breaking down and we don't need to play that. So look how much of an extension we got just from the morning. So once market open from using the higher time frame 15 to the 1, 3, and 5, we got a nice pump out of 528 into 570. And all we had to do was make sure that the 1, 3, and 5 were rally-based rally right before the market open. This is just the RBR right before the algo open at 6:30 a.m. Pacific or 9:30 a.m. Eastern, right? We had distribution, redistribution. We had smart money reversal at the highs. We found a order block system here that wasn't really touched, right? Down here was where we started off from, aka this is where we potentially reversed from. That was never tested over here. So once we touched here, we had pulled new liquidity or buyers for us to target now range, right? Once we hit demand, we tend to go to supply as long as 1, 3, and 5 are correlated with the buyer model structure and OB. Okay. That's all I wanted to go over with you guys. Just want to keep drilling this in. I'm going to go over kind of range to range so that we can start playing more like a futures trader versus options where we're playing it just, candle to candle. We don't have theta, so we do have a little bit of time and space in our cons. We just have to get used to a little bit of red, or we have to make sure we have everything lined up before we see that one and done market open volume. And then after that is sold off, and then we chop for the rest of the day. But I mean, this was the one and done. This immediately paid enough to kind of pull away. But again, the checklist is the higher time frame OB, mid time frame market model, lower time frame buy or sell model. And then we'll go over more of the buy models. I'll post something also on this. All right, you guys. Appreciate you. You have a good night.